Luke Wood, etc., and the bowlers. What about the fielders? I mean, I don't know if Rob can just show a quick look round here. We talked a lot about the dimensions of the ground. It is pretty big square here. That's why you see the bowlers bowling it into the surface here. But have England's fielders done a good job in the outer?
But they've been outstanding. And the key to that is they've actually know where to stand. They've been standing 10 or 15 yards off the bigger boundaries on the ground. And when you go in with that sort of mindset, you seem to attack everything that comes your way. So with Sam Curran down at long off, with the catch that he took, two's been saved square of the wicket, and over towards the longest side of the ground, I thought they did a crucial job. Normally the wind is howling down. Here today it's a little bit stiller than it normally is. England have saved 5, 6, 7 runs. And in a game, over the course of the last 3 years here in the Blast, the average score is 167. Average winning score is 180. So it is a good wicket to bat on. England have done a great job.
Yep, they have done a great job. Right, let's just wander back because, play's going to get going fairly shortly, the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. Brydon Cast's done a terrific job. Luke Wood has done a terrific job. A lot of the chat in the preamble to the game was broadening the talent pool, having a look at players that perhaps England haven't seen a whole lot of. How satisfying is that 2 players have done exactly that?
Yeah, unbelievably satisfying. It's simply because Jos Buttler said at the toss, when you bring new players,
Thank you.
come in, thanks, James. Great job. Great job, yeah. Jos Buttler said on the toss, when new players come in, he wants them to come in and be themselves. And if they're being themselves, they're more than likely going to perform as good as they have done in a county shirt or in a franchise tournament around the world. And Brydon Cast did that. The other opportunity that came for him, that, he came in and hammered the length. Everything that Jos Buttler and Matthew Mott would have sat back, all the scouts and all the recruiters would have said, this is exactly what Brydon Cast brings. He brings this something to play. He hammers the length. He bowls with pace. And he does it consistently. And it's fantastic to see, particularly on debut. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, simply to the strength that the England team have had in their best playing 11, but good to see.
You talk a lot about temperament, you talk a lot about character. That's what Jos Buttler will be talking about as well, about Cast and Luke Wood. What about that first over he bowled? Right behind us here, Finn Allen goes bang 6, bang 6, bang 6. Then he has to come on. Did that show a lot about his character, his temperament, about dealing with the situation?
It does, and I actually love moments like that, because normally in debuts or in the first handful of games that you play as an international cricketer, you don't get exposed like this. And this has exposed Luke Wood a little bit.
Character is temperament, dealing with the situation.
It does, and bowled and took wickets. It's one thing coming in and being miserly, but he came on the far end of the big wicket of Devon Conway, just hammering away a length. He's not one-dimensional at all. He doesn't just look to swing the brand new ball. He can come in, bowl crossing, bowl good bounces, bowl with pace and accuracy, and that's great for the English team.
England bowlers have had a good evening. What about New Zealand's batters? What could they have done better?
It just seemed to me that they never really kicked on in a partnership. Any big shot seemed to cost them, and that can happen on big grounds because it's difficult to build momentum if you can't find the boundary on a regular basis. So for me, they probably just lost a little bit of momentum by not necessarily targeting the right areas. There are bigger boundaries on this ground one side. So if you can target the opposite side and look to utilise running between the wickets on the other, I think they would have been more beneficial.
Learned a lot about Brydon Cast. They've learned a lot about Luke Wood. What are we going to learn about Will Jacks?
Here, I think we've already seen some of the best of Will Jacks, playing against some of the best bowling lineups in the world, in the 100, in the Surrey shirt. He is unbelievably exciting, even more so in white ball than red ball cricket. The guy is one of the cleanest strikers in the English game at the moment, and I hope he gets going here today.
Jonny Bairstow, in an interview with Michael Atherton in the build-up, said, you know what, 50-over cricket, T20 cricket, us batters at the top, we kind of play the same way. We're expecting Jonny Bairstow to play in typical Jonny Bairstow fashion here?
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be looking to pick anything up off a good length. Remember, he missed out on the World Cup win down in Australia due to that horrific leg injury that put him out for a prolonged period of time. So he'll be itching to get back into his work.
Okay, well, we're just about ready to go then. Jonny Bairstow striding out with Will Jacks. England bat deep. They have lots of batting. Adam Milne, Lockie Ferguson, they have Ish Sodhi, they have Santner as well. They have plenty of bowling options, and Tim Southee will be the man making all those decisions. So England to chase 140 to win the first of these 4 games. Kumar Sangakkara and Simon Daw.
New Zealand skipper Tim Southey.
Making all those decisions. So England to chase 140 to win the first of these 4 games. Kumar Sangakkara and Simon Daw.
New Zealand skipper Tim Southey.
Making all those decisions. So England to chase 140 to win the first of these 4 games. Kumar Sangakkara and Simon Daw.
New Zealand skipper Tim Southey.